up, Survivor Thrivers? Authentically Me, Regina B, is back here to upload a video for you guys. This summer, I have not really been posting. There's one video, my very final video for cognitive behavioral therapy, that is just doing so well. It has like the most views of any of my videos I've ever uploaded, which is like 150 plus views. So thank you guys so much for checking out that video. I really appreciate it. And I'm about to begin a new journey that I would like to take you guys on. I am planning on running my first half marathon. Yes, so today marks 14 weeks until the half marathon. I have a Nike Train Club plan that I'm going to be following. I'm going to be mixing it up on my own, but I am going to go through each week and do the different runs that they suggest running up until it's time for the half marathon. I've never ran a half marathon before, so I'm super excited. It will be the longest distance that I have raced ever. And leading up to the actual event, Nike, one of the plans on like the 11th or the 12th week is like a dress rehearsal. So that'll be my first time running that distance fully. So I've never ran 13.1 miles before, but I know that within this 14-week journey, at some point I will be running 13.1 miles. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna bring you guys with me on this journey. I'm gonna try to do some cross training. I'm gonna try to do some flexibility training, some resistance training, just to, get my muscles ready for that. I'm going to definitely work on being cognitive with my numbers. I am a numbers person. I am a stat person. I am a fast person. Like, once I get excited about something and I hit a certain pace, it's so hard for me to, stay at just like a moderate pace or a rate of perceived effort of like a 5 or a 6, because I get really excited. So I'm going to challenge myself to, one, not push my pace. I want it to be an 80-20 type of training program each week. So 80% of my run will be easy, and then 20% of my runs will be challenging runs. So fast speed run intervals and hill intervals. So because I'm going to do a 6-day running cycle each week with rest on one day, and that resting day will probably be like really good long yoga. But so what I'm planning on doing is 4 of my run days will be easy and either long or, moderately long, but not. And then my other runs will be short, but they will be fast. They will be high intensity. They'll be either hill work or speed work. So 2 runs will be hard and 4 runs will be very challenging. So today was day 1 of 14 weeks until the half marathon. So today, which is Sunday, August the 7th, I decided to do a long run. So how their program starts out is with an introduction into the week, the different type of runs that you'll be doing within the week. And then they go into a recovery run, a speed run, recovery run, and then another speed run, and then a long run. So I'm going to make Sundays my long run days. So that would be today. And today I did 6.24 miles, just a little bit over a 10K, not too much over the little 0.24, a 10K is 6.22 miles. So I did do that, and it was indoor, but it was with my iFit app on my Nordic Track treadmill. They were offering a live Golden Gate 10K session with Knox, one of the trainers, Knox Robinson. So I had put that on my calendar to do that, and I followed along with them, and it was a great live session. He answered questions. He helped, really maintain the pace. My pace was really, really great. Like I just felt like I wasn't running too slow. I wasn't going too fast. I was like going right at a really nice sweet spot. I would say if it was me, my personal rate of perceived effort, I would give it like a 4. Like just a nice easy run. And my average pace ended up being 11:22. But when I looked at the stats for each, mile, I really liked what I saw because I saw a lot of gains. So like my first mile was my slowest pace, which was like 11:45, and then it just dropped to where that last little bit to get to the goal or to get to the finish line ended up averaging out at like 10.21. And then my best pace when I was looking at the stats was 9:21 average pace. So I feel like that was really, really good. And Nike also provides a pace chart, which tells you like if this is your best mile pace, this is what your 5K pace should be. This is what your 10K average pace should be. This is what a tempo pace should be. This is what your half marathon pace should be. And this is what your marathon pace should be. So where I'd like to be, because when I'm looking at the best mile paces, I've pretty much hit all of those paces. I've done, my best mile was like 7 minutes and something. But that is not, an average thing. I think I was doing a speed interval run with that. So if I'm just doing 4 continuous laps around the track, I can get that done, if I really, really push myself, which you're supposed to be at like a rate of perceived effort of like a 8 or a 9 where you're doing your best mile pace. I could probably get it done in between 9 minutes and 30 seconds and just 9 minutes flat. So with that being said, my average pace for my half marathon should be right around 11. So I was happy with today's pace. Like, I'm like, okay, I could have probably dropped it from 11:22 and dropped it into like the higher 10s. But I took a rest day yesterday and my stomach has kind of been feeling like, and so I really wanted to take it easy because yesterday was a rest day. So I wanted to do like a really nice, just not out of breath, a really nice, steady run. And I was able to do that. And so I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the journey. I have actually journeyed through this 14-week plan before, but I didn't sign up for a half marathon. So this Thursday is when I'm going to be signing up for the half marathon. That is in 14 weeks, which is going to be at Longview, the Longview 5K, 10K, and half marathon, Longview Lake. Last year I did the 5K. And so I'm going to be signing up for that. I'm also probably going to sign up for a 5K sometime in September, as well as a 10K in September as well. I have never raced a 10K race, but I have ran a 10K outdoors. So I'm not really too much concerned about that. I just want to, deal with the jitters and the energy of like being surrounded by people and, knowing the route, but not really knowing the route. And I will say that cognitive behavioral therapy really helps me in my running and especially in my long runs, because I'm able to really think about what I'm thinking about, if that makes sense. And what I've learned is that you can have all kinds of thoughts. Like a thought might pop in my head even today, like, oh my gosh, I'm probably about to stop. We're at the 4-mile mark and we still got 2 miles. I'm getting a little tired, but I kept going. And so it's that reality when I'm running and after my run, when I'm just thinking about my run and meditating throughout it, is that, you can think a lot of different thoughts. And if you're somebody that has a lot of racing thoughts, don't let that discourage you, and don't let that, make you feel bad about yourself. The human mind is still being discovered by scientists. They only know like 10-15% of what our brain is capable of doing and all of its functions, and just how amazing it is. And yes, you're going to have intrusive thoughts. Everyone does, actually, even if they don't talk about it. That's the way the brain works. Something pops into your head, and what I've learned through doing cognitive behavioral therapy is that when you land on a thought is when that thought can become an issue, especially if it's an untrue thought. And especially if it's something negative or something hurtful from your past. If it floats through your mind, like something pops up and you don't know why you thought about what happened to you when you was like 10 years old, and you got knocked into the corner and you maybe peed on yourself or something, and it was just a traumatic situation. Yes, you can sit there and think about it. That's something that's happened to me. So I can sit there and I can think about it, and I can recall myself being that child, being in that corner, being terrified, being humiliated, crying. And I can sit there and I can think about it and think about it and think about it. Or I could just be like, I don't know why that thought came up, but I'm not going to land there. And then like we practiced when we were doing the thought pattern worksheets that we were doing, we'll start reviewing some of that cognitive behavioral therapy work that I did, since you guys enjoy those videos the most. But when we're working through that thought cycle and those feelings, it's like, okay, that thought made me feel this. And now I'm at a point to where I'll say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to land there. I'm not going to land there. And I'll just say, I'm not going to think about it. Or I'll remind myself of my current surrounding. I'm in a safe and spacious place. No one's going to hit me into the corner. Pulling up some of my David Goggins, because I just finished reading his book not that long ago, and just pulling up some of the wisdom that I learned from him of being like, you know what, that did happen to me, but I'm a badass because I made it through that. I'm not a bitter person. I'm not an abusive person. None of those things. So it made me a stronger person. It made me a kinder person. It made me a more empathetic person. Yes, it made me a sensitive person, and that's fine. And I like that about myself. I like that I'm sensitive. I like that I'm tenderhearted. And, I also like that I'm a strong person, because if you can come through some traumatic experience on the other side, whatever your other side looks like, you are a strong badass. So that is what we're going to be doing these next 14 weeks. My children are going to be starting school. Again, all of them are going to be going to school. This is the first time in like 10 years that my youngest will be going to school pre-K half a day. So hopefully, I'm hoping that will give me more time to invest into my channel. But I did want to just go ahead and film a little something, since I'm feeling a little peppy. I'm feeling a little excited, so I wanted to give you guys an update on that and just bring you along the journey with me. It's so exciting. I'm a runner. I enjoy running. Hopefully, maybe you can live vicariously through me if running is not something you enjoy doing, but maybe you enjoy watching people's journeys or listening to people, whatever the case may be. I hope that you will come along this journey with me, just to enjoy yourself, to have something to watch, to get away from your everyday mundane, maybe to give you a little bit of inspiration, because if I can do it, baby, anybody can do it, okay? Anybody can do anything that you put your mind to, and that's possible. So come along with me on this 14-week journey. We're going to be hitting up some of that cognitive behavioral therapy work that we've done, just some refreshers to keep us practicing those good mindful moments, those good, thought pattern, and just we're going to do this together. So thank you guys so much for rocking with the channel. I have been growing. I've gone from no subscribers to, I believe I have 13. And like I said, my very final cognitive behavioral video that I did on the workbook that I was working through has gotten the most views out of all of my videos. And I'm just looking back like, what did I do in that one besides just finish the work, finish the 7-week journey? But thank you guys so much for enjoying it. Look forward to more content coming from this channel, from me to you. Thank you so much for all of your support. I feel it, I feel it, I feel it, and I thank you. And let's grow together and let's just knock this journey down. My children are yelling. They've given me 15 minutes of my mommy me time to be able to shoot this video. So to them, I am very, very grateful. Go ahead and like this video if you are watching it. And if you've made it this far, thank you. You a rock star thriver. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. Tell a friend to tell a friend to visit my channel. And let's just grow together and see how far we go. Thank you so much for rocking with me. And until next time, and peace, enjoy, love, feel your heart and feel your every